I do thoroughly enjoy how people who work in media are blind, inept, really bad at what they do, and often don't report things because they don't pay attention and they actually don't do their jobs, right? So I've worked in New York digital media, and I know what these people do. They sit around at tables at bars, all telling each other the same thing they already know, never leaving their bubble, and thus never reporting on things that are actually happening. But you actually have local journalists who still do a good job. The problem is it's the New York digital outlets that get all of the attention, have all of the VC money, and make the money. They make the revenue. The thing is, opinion works. Siding with the audience works. I was actually directed by the president of the company I used to work to side with the audience. Because of this, these stories are overlooked. Now, you can go to any one of these big New York digital outlets and they'll talk all day and night about the Proud Boys and the far right, never once talking about these stories, right? Let's take a look at this. This is PhillyMag.com. Marines were attacked, robbed near We the People rally in Philly. Police say these guys maced, punched, kicked, and robbed a group of Marine Corps reservists after calling them, I'm not going to say it because YouTube's going to censor me, but the typical things the far left calls anybody, okay? The Philadelphia Police Department is asking for the public's help to identify a group of people accused of attacking multiple Marine Corps reservists last Saturday afternoon down the street from the We the People rally. It happened around 3:20 p.m. on November 17th on the 100 block of South Front Street. According to police, the reservists were approached by a group of males and females who called the reservists Nazis. I'm going to say it that way so YouTube doesn't block my videos. After that, say police, members of the group maced the reservists and punched and kicked them. One male member of the group allegedly stole a phone belonging to one of the reservists. Police say the group ran away northbound on Front Street towards Market Street. The police department released the following video, which they say captured some of the suspects while they were near the We the People rally. Oh, we got video. This is from the Central Detective Division. Let's see what they got. Robbery, 100 South Front Street, November 17th, 2018. Okay, and then tells the story again. We get it. Let's skip ahead. And this is presumably... Okay, so these are Antifa, absolutely. And this video is from Ford Fisher. So apparently, they zoom in on somebody, they give you... They're showing who it is. These are the three guys they claim are the ones who committed the robbery. All right, let's carry on here. What do we got? What do we got, police? You going to show us what's happening? And then it just shows the three people, but I don't believe this actually shows. Okay, so this is just them showing the people who they say were identified as the perpetrators of this robbery. Definitely Antifa. Definitely Antifa people who showed up to the We the People rally and started, calling out Marine reservists who were away from the rally. Now, Antifa likes to attack innocent people who have nothing to do with these political events because Antifa are authoritarian mobs, right? Look, these people go out, they don't know what's going on, they don't know any of these people, they just want to be a part of the crowd and they get violent. Let's not forget what else happened at this event. Jewish man, mistakenly identified as Proud Boy, attacked at right-wing rally in Philadelphia. The left, who showed up to this constitutional MAGA event, there was like a dozen people who were talking about small government, yet for some reason this horde of people who don't pay attention to the news, who don't read anything, have no idea what's going on, and probably just regurgitate talking points from each other, show up and commit acts of violence against innocent people who have nothing to do with these events. This is what really, really bothers me about everything, right? These are the left. I don't want to be associated with people who don't watch the news and just do whatever they're told. You have to be some kind of special to show up to an event you did no research on, support people who robbed Marine Corps reservists, and beat a Jewish man. But is Vox going to write about it? Is BuzzFeed going to write about it? No, but they'll write all day and night about the Proud Boys. They wanted to write about this Proud Boy rally. Well, unfortunately for you, a small handful of people who are just your quirky, constitutionalists showed up. One guy was dressed like a founding father, and that's what happens. Innocent people get attacked. These three men rob somebody, and that's what you get. This is what you get when a bunch of authoritarian, violent people who have no idea what's going on show up. They beat and rob people, even a Jewish man. We have this story. This one came from Portland. Democratic politicians in difficult position in handling Antifa, says journalists. And so, for those of you who don't know, Andy Ngo is an Asian man who works in Portland, and I bring up his race as much as I don't want to because he gets singled out by Antifa. And Antifa tends to be white people, targeting this minority, claiming he's the bad person, calling him the racist. Well, Andy was out in Portland and he got surrounded, so we have this story. We'll read through it and then we'll talk about it. Journalist Andy Ngo on Monday said that liberal politicians in Portland, Oregon are in a difficult position in dealing with the anti-fascist group Antifa after clashes involving the group at a conservative rally on Saturday in the city. They're politicians seeing the bill that the city has to pay when these people come out and wreak havoc on downtown Portland. I've seen them, politicians, kind of distance themselves a bit more, but they don't want to come out too strongly against the far left because there's a large constituency on the left who, although they were not participating in the tactics of Antifa or other similar movements, they share similar goals and sympathies, he continued. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some education here on the left. If you're not familiar, because many of you maybe you're on the left, maybe you do, you know this, they have a thing called the diversity of tactics, okay, and they say you must respect the diversity of tactics. What that means is peaceful organizations will decide to protest, and someone will ask, what do we do about black-clad individuals who want to beat innocent people? And they'll say, you have to respect their diversity of tactics. And then what happens is, New York City, people show up throwing bottles at the police, and then the cops go in charging and start beating people. In fact, some of these peaceful groups love the idea of a diversity of tactics because it allows them to rope in innocent people into getting beaten by the police or arrested so they can recruit them. Yes, they actually talk about this in their off-the-record meetings. That if you can get the regular people to show up for something they believe in, like, let's say you have a protest for universal health care. People then show up, waving their little flags and holding their signs. What you then do is by respecting a diversity of tactics, you're essentially saying you don't care when the black-clad individuals show up throwing bottles, hitting people, and attacking the innocent. The reason that's good is because then the police charge in and beat up the regular folks who don't know what's going on, and then the activists go to them and say, oh no, police brutality? See, now you understand why we want to abolish ICE and get rid of the police, because they unjustly attacked you. And then they can use that to recruit. Respecting a diversity of tactics has been called out by many people on the left who know it is a tool. Because not only, listen, the regular people on the left, like I'm talking about people on the left who actually don't want to destroy America, who actually want to see reform and bring about real change. They don't like this because it empowers the state, it empowers the authority. But the people who want to burn everything down love it because it creates chaos. And the more authority the government has, the more they can recruit people to bringing down that authority. They need to make the government as extreme as possible, so they want to respect a diversity of tactics. Let's read on. So it's a difficult position for our Democratic politicians here to be in. I would like them to have more clarity in their leadership and to come out against violence, against this type of anarchy, and not view it through a partisan lens as they are currently. Ngo was covering a Hymn to rally on Saturday, which was organized by the far-right Patriot Prayer Group. The event was meant to draw attention to men facing false accusations following the nationwide Me Too movement. Supporters and counter-protesters, including Antifa members, clashed during the event, resulting in 6 arrests, according to CBS News. Ngo said on Twitter he was assaulted by Antifa members. This was about a week ago. Actually, I think it was exactly a week ago. And he has a bunch of videos where, you know, basically they come up to him, they start yelling at him, they call him every name in the book, and I mean, it's typical. It's exactly what you'd expect. What I've found in my coverage of these far-left protests, like, for instance, when I was at Occupy Wall Street, I was physically threatened. I was there just because I wanted to know what was going on, and I wanted to film, you know, whatever happened. In one famous moment, I was just walking down the street, and there were 3 people deflating police tires, as if that would do anything, and I happened to film them. Not intentionally, I didn't seek them out, so what did they do? They got in my face, swung at me, one person hit me. I was told that I shouldn't film them, I should let them do whatever they want to respect the diversity of tactics. And I said, no, I'm just going to film whatever happens. And if they're doing that, I'll film it. And if other people are doing something else, I'll film it. If the police come in, I'll film it. And they got mad at me. And they told me, if you film this, you are against us. And if you keep filming this, we will physically stop you. I was threatened. And I saw this time and time again at various protests. Then you'll watch these activist streams. And they do 2 things. They only will stream the police, and if someone starts doing something that's against the rules, against the law, unethical, immoral, or threatening someone's safety, the camera will just turn away and you won't see it. The other thing they do, they will watch your stream. So this is what they did to me. They would watch my stream, and if I filmed someone with a black mask attacking someone, they wouldn't tweet it out. As soon as the police move in, then they post it. They would post clips, selectively editing out what started the fight and then blame the police. They use this. This is a tactic for recruitment. So it is a problem in a certain sense when you see this. These stories are bad. But more importantly, this story is one of the most dangerous for them because the group that actually organized the protest launched a GoFundMe. Now, this is a week ago. I did a story about it, but let's open up the GoFundMe and see if they've raised any money for this man. No, they haven't. These people, these gritty Antifa people who showed up to protest, regular old run-of-the-mill doofy conservatives who were holding up their, like, I mean doofy because the guy was literally just like a founding father. I'm not talking about regular conservatives. It was more of like a libertarian group of people who show up. These people call them the worst names in the book, and they beat up a Jewish man. And they raised $50 for him. Congratulations. You beat up an innocent person. You robbed Marine Corps reservists, and this is what they do. And I'm just so sick of it, man. I'm just so sick of it. I'd love to see BuzzFeed report on this. You know, they want to report on what happened with the Proud Boys. The story with the Proud Boys in New York went far and wide. But you literally have these insane, violent individuals beating up a Jewish man and robbing Marine Corps reservists. Yes. Thank you, BuzzFeed, for reporting on this. Thank you, Vox, Fusion, Vice, etc. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't? I wonder why that is. Anyway, stick around. I've got some more videos coming up in just a few minutes.